So after we fixed our collision a day mentality down there in Altamont Springs, Florida, we had a pattern of employees who would get injured in May, and their injuries with rehab wouldn't be cleared to come back to work until October, November, and there was a cycle of over the years of this happening to quote unquote our most experienced drivers. And basically, back in the day, we were in Central Florida in a truck with no air conditioning, and they were working 12 to 14 hours a day, picking up 2,000 to 2,500 homes 6 days a week. And so it was brutal to work and not get injured. Most of these injuries were sprains and strains, heat-related injuries, and even some occasional, unfortunately, broken bones. So, over time, and this is no reflection on how I enjoyed after hours, but over time I got to meet some bartenders, female bartenders, at a Hooters restaurant, local, and they were licensed physical therapists. And so I hired them to come in to teach our drivers how to stretch, how to strengthen their core, proper lifting, and how to use the truck in a walk-around scenario to help them get those stretching exercises accomplished. So we had a safety meeting, which was unusual from the standpoint that we had no tables and chairs, no podium, no dry erase boards, no nothing to conduct the meeting with that was normal. We had a very open, empty room. And these two girls came in with a big canvas laundry cart filled with yoga mats, and they just started throwing them out on the floor, telling the drivers, get on the floor. And basically out of embarrassment, the drivers got on the floor, and some of them couldn't do a sit-up, some of them couldn't do a push-up. Most of them were very tight and couldn't stretch, but they were embarrassed from the standpoint that they couldn't do it in front of these two very attractive physical therapists. I might add, they were kind of dressed like they were in their Hooters uniform, but there were no logos on it. So, over time, the drivers actually asked when they're coming back. When can I show them how I improved? It was a great way to get these drivers involved and interested in their own health. We had the girls in jumpsuits that would come around unexpectedly and show the drivers how to do a pre-trip and exercise with their stretches as they walked around the truck, with handholds, with steps, with even the sidewall of tires. All these things occurred, and over time we reduced our injury and lost time injury rate down to zero for almost 18 months. And I was transferring out to go to take a promotion and move north, and the program was ended by the next general manager that was in place, but it was highly effective. It's one that I've used going forward, from using chiropractors, using college football trainers, hockey coaches, you name it, weight and conditioning coaches, anybody I could get my hands on that would come and talk to the drivers about the industrial athlete, and it has worked hands down every time. See you next week.
Murphy's Monday minutes start your week so bright. Murphy's Monday is all